can robots actually do your work for you? Well, Xchanging, our other sponsor and our neighbor here, is about to show us a robotic demo. So if you're watching at home, please stay tuned and stay with us. We're about to begin with the group head of robotic process automation at Xchanging, Rajesh Nair. How are you?
I'm doing
Great to see you. Welcome. And I think you've actually brought a demo for us.
Yes.
And I should tell you that I'm a little bit skeptical, Rajesh. People talk about robotic animation, automation, but is it a pipe dream? Is it something that can really actually work?
Well, it definitely does work, and I have a demo which I'll be showing you
Sure.
through the course of this conversation.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Should I show the demo now?
Well, I think so. Well, I mean, I guess, for me, and I've been talking to some of the people on the trade show floor, and a lot of us feel as though what Xchanging is suggesting is something that can't actually exist, okay? And with all due respect, you can't just have a robot, sitting here at your desk doing your work for you. I mean, if I could have that, Rajesh, yeah, I'd definitely be with Xchanging and I'd adopt, but I can't, excuse me. Okay, so then, yeah, I'd like to know more about robotic animation and automation.
Right, so...
Sorry about that, Tony. I definitely a little out of line. And
so that's Iron Man.
Yeah.
And you can visit him and meet him at the Xchanging booth right here.
Right over here. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you don't care. All right. Why do you have Iron Man at your booth?
Well, what Iron Man signifies here is obviously we are here looking for Tony Stark's. The robotic automation software for me is the Jarvis.
Right.
And together, Tony Stark and Jarvis put together are building robots that's going to save the world in terms of people here. It's going to save the effort involved in doing certain tasks in the back office processes that happen.
So your clients, your clients at Xchanging, we are Tony Stark, and by providing us with your software, you're basically giving us the Jarvis, the Iron Man capability. Okay, walk me through exactly what you're doing at Xchanging.
Okay, thank you, Iron Man.
He gets a handshake. What? Nothing? Nothing. No respect.
Right. So what I have here as a demo is assume for a moment that you're looking for a charger for your iPhone. Yeah. So how would you typically look for one?
Do you have Thor waiting? Also, no.
No.
Nothing. Okay, good. So wait. So assuming that I'm looking for an iPhone charger.
Yeah. So you're looking for an iPhone charger. So how would you typically buy that?
I'd go to Amazon.
So you'd go to Amazon. You'd search for an iPhone charger. It will throw up a list of a lot of chargers. Then the decision you will take of which one to buy depends on the color, the shape, the size, the price, etc.
Okay.
Now imagine, scrolling through many pages and pages and pages until you get to the one that you want to buy.
Okay.
Now that could be a tedious process, but at the same time it's a very mundane task.
Right.
And therefore, what I have here as a demo is an example of how a robot can actually do that for you instead of you doing it yourself.
And if I may, so this is for a personal consumer use, but in what way would this then expand out to a, smart building use?
Okay, let me take an example, a very simple example.
Sure, we can do the charger first. Yeah. Okay, so
assume you're looking for properties around San Jose, etc.
Sure.
So you go to a particular property site and look for a property around San Jose, and what you do is you search for properties around San Jose, and when you click the button, it will show you the pictures, all the properties that are listed,
Sure.
but you need to go through 20, 30 pages until you get to the one.
And if I'm the property investor, only I can do that, right?
Right, absolutely.
So how can you then train a robot to know what I want?
And that's what I'm going to show you with the example of the iPhone charger on Amazon. So
Excellent.
I'm going to run this robot for all of us now.
Okay.
So what it's doing is it's gone to the Amazon website on its own. It'll look for the iPhone charger. There you go. It's typed it in. It's got a full list of all the iPhone chargers that are available on Amazon, and now it's going to convert all that into a spreadsheet
I see.
into a table so that it becomes easier for you to see
Okay.
which charges are available at what prices, etc. And you're
Okay.
going to see that in just about a moment.
Sure. Now, how fast is this working versus myself? I could also turn this data, scrape Amazon for data, and turn it into a spreadsheet. How much quicker is this? Twice as quick?
It's 10 times faster than what a human would do.
Okay.
It takes milliseconds, if you ask me honestly,
Okay.
to get this information out.
Sure.
So what it's doing right now, it's processing all that information. It's going to throw up a spreadsheet which shows at least 20 or 18 odd listings of, so it's right now on the fifth rule of the process, which is converting this information into a spreadsheet. And that's happened in like no time, if you ask me.
Sure. Well, certainly the analysis, but then the actual inputting of the data into a table certainly takes a fair amount of time if one wants to do it correctly. But speaking of correctly, how is the accuracy? So, I can make an error or two given, so let's say, every 100 cells. How's the accuracy on
The
this?
accuracy is 100% because you are creating the rules for the robots. So the robots are not going to do things on their own. They'll do exactly what's being asked of them to do. As long as the input is correct, the robot will never make an error. So accuracy is never a question. The benefits of robotics being it reduces your time to market, or for that matter your throughput, because it's faster. It reduces your cost of operations, and at the same time, obviously, it's 100% accurate as long as the input is accurate.
How is this being employed? I mean, obviously, people aren't using this to buy chargers, but in real estate right now, who is using robotic process automation in this way?
Well, right now there aren't too many companies who use robotic process automation, but the whole idea, the reason why we are here today is to kind of showcase the possibilities and what's the art of the possible with robotic process automation in the real estate industry. How you could use some of this in the back office processes, for example, lease administration, finance and accounting, invoice processing, order to cash, etc., etc. So there's a lot of deployment opportunities within the real estate industry, especially on the lease administration and the finance and accounting side. Because we do provide those BPO services and application services to the real estate industry.
Who are the companies that need to be getting into robotic process automation immediately? Who's at this show who needs to see what you're doing?
Well, if you ask me, all the commercial real estate providers need to be into it.
Sure. Sure. So now, as we look down at your demo, it looks like it's on. Which rule is it on right now?
It's on rule number 5, and it's pausing right now. I think it's
Maybe we have an internet connection issue, connectivity issue.
absolutely.
So let's assume that this has gone through the demo. We would be now presented with a spreadsheet which had all the data on it.
Yes.
And we can use this also to locate properties that we'd be interested in. I'm assuming this could also be used to do analytics on cost of use for energy.
Absolutely.
Really anything you create, you customize the robot to what you need.
Absolutely. So what you see here, what you see in this demo is actually one type of process that we've automated, which is very standard, logic-driven, rule-based. It doesn't have subjective decision-making.
Right.
It's everything that's objective, where you know what you want to do as a next step. For example, if you could write down the process on a piece of paper and give it to the person right next to you and say, this is how the process is supposed to be done, and if you could do it,
Yes.
then that means you can ask the robot to do the same thing. So
Excellent.
it's as simple as that. That's how you look for opportunities.
I mean, it sounds amazing, and it sounds like it's something that we want the world to be able to see. What would you say is the final message that people need to take away from this conference about exchanging?
Well, the final message obviously is there's a lot of opportunity in robotic process automation. What we bring to the table is a new technology that could be used in the back office businesses where people are doing some non-value added tasks, mundane tasks, repetitive tasks. Let's take the repetitiveness out of their job and let them add more value. So let the robots do the repetitive tasks and let the humans do the value added task, which is thinking and bringing in more value to the business.
Excellent. So if people are interested in really exploring the possibility that robotic automation can bring for their business, what's the first step?
The first step is to identify what process is repetitive. Of course, speak with us, and we can guide them through the whole process. It literally in a month of in a matter of weeks is when you can go live. It's as easy and as simple as that. It all depends on what you're looking at, what kind of processes, what's the volume like. Those are some of the aspects that you look at, and then you can get to a stage where you can decide whether you can automate the process or not.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rajesh. It's great to have you as our partner here at Conference Live, bringing cutting-edge robotic technology to the smart building sector, and we look forward to hearing more from you during the conference. Thank you so much,
Excellent.
and
Thank
thanks
you.
for bringing Iron Man.
Thank you.
Amazing. Robot